My name's Professor Brett Davies, I'm a barrister and solicitor. Well, let's look at this question of being of unsound mind. Now, in order to make a power of attorney, in order to make any legal document, in order to witness a document, you have to be, and here's some Latin, you have to be sui juris, which means you have to be over 18 and not an idiot. So you have to be of sound mind in order to make documents, legal documents, and witness legal documents. It's a prerequisite. You have to be over 18 and of sound mind. Well, what does it mean to be of unsound mind? So let's now say you've done your power of attorney, you've got a doctor's certificate, say you have sound mind, that's with the power of attorney, and it's all sitting there, and as the years go by, you get more frail, and you might have a car accident or you might get Alzheimer's disease and lose mental capacity. Now, if your power of attorney started from day one, so it's always been in place, it doesn't come in when you're of unsound mind, it's always been in place, then the people holding your power of attorney continue to act in your best interests. But if your power of attorney only comes into effect when you become of unsound mind, then they need to get a certificate, they need to get a note from the government to say that you're of unsound mind, and that's not normally a difficult issue. It's pretty clear if someone's of sound mind or unsound mind. Now, I've been practicing in this area since the 80s, and I've only come across one situation where a client did have a go and say they were of sound mind. Only once has that ever happened, and that person had a mental disorder, manic depressive disorder, and they were spendthrifts and spending a lot of money, and it became a difficult issue for the government to decide, for the tribunal to decide whether the person of sound mind or not. So generally it is not an issue as to whether you're of sound mind or unsound mind. You either are of unsound mind, in which case the children, whoever you appointed, will get a certificate to say you are, and that power of attorney springs into life. If the power of attorney started from day one, operational, then because you now are of unsound mind, it just continues on. While you're of sound mind, the people holding the power of attorney are your servants. They've got to ask you and get your permission to do everything. When you're of unsound mind, that becomes a very difficult issue for them, because now they have to guess what's in your best interest. They can't ask you anymore because you're of unsound mind. This puts a huge and remarkably high pressure on these poor people, and that's why most people holding powers of attorneys will either be your spouse or your children. Who else would want to take that responsibility on? Not many. Now, in that situation, when you are of unsound mind, on some of the bigger issues, your children or the people holding your power of attorney should seek professional advice, such as advice from their accountants, on tax, the lawyers, and the financial planners on financial planning issues. Should we sell mum and dad's home? Land tax, capital gains tax, Centrelink benefits. There's a whole raft of different issues, and if you're holding a power of attorney, you've got responsibility to act in that person's best interest. It's a terrible, terrible burden, and you can't get out of it lightly. You've got to really get your professional advisors around you. If you need any help or advice on filling out this or building this document, please telephone us. We're a law firm and we can give legal advice. And that's the advantage you have in using a law firm's website. No computer programmers here.